Today I'm going to talk to you about parts psychology, this idea that the human psyche has different inner parts. And if you are someone like me who's in their head a lot, over analyzing, chronically anxious, this method works incredibly because it asks you to feel into these parts inside your body. This takes you out of your mind and grounds you into your body. I know you are on this growth journey, but just like all of us, you have conflicting parts inside you. For example, there might be a part of you that is like, I want to sing, but there is this another part, a conflicting part, which says that it's not safe to be seen. So, part psychology helps you to bring harmony between all of these parts, have a dialogue between parts that say it's not safe or I'm not loved, and help you get out of these dysfunctional patterns and move forward in a way that's best for you, particularly, uniquely, personally. I first experienced this as a client in counseling. I later learned it in a mastermind that I attended. Each time I used this method, there was always the same experience, that is a deeper insight or a deeper story that was going on, followed by a sense of inner peace and harmony and going forward in a way that's aligned. I then learned about the theory behind it in a different way in Martha Beck's latest book, Beyond Anxiety. To be vulnerable and share an example from about a month ago, there was this huge part inside me that said no one wants me. And as I was talking to this part, it told me that the story that it carried or why it was here was that if I went around giving my heart to people, that I had such a big heart that if I went around giving it to people, it would leave me empty. And the reassurance that it needed to not make so much noise and not continue this dysfunctional pattern was to always put Samyukta first. Okay, and this part might have been made through some experience of mine where I did give a lot to a person and it left me empty. So it was there to protect me from not feeling that emptiness again, to keep me safe from feeling that again. But it also led to me, say, not reaching out to people or not taking the initiative, which again affected me in a negative way. So yes, it has a story that it is created for a reason. It's created from the past experience, but to continue hold on to it in the same way causes you to continue some patterns and behaviors that harms you in the long run. So what we need is a dialogue and an understanding between this part and you. So let's understand what are these parts and how are they formed. So each time you have a painful experience, the human psyche has the ability to cut off this part, to create a part and cut it off so that you are able to continue to function. But this part is stuck in time, where it continues to experience the pain of this experience, but it's not able to come up or, live through it. So it remains stuck in time. What this part needs is for it to come up, for you to listen to it, to feel it, and to heal and reintegrate it. So this part keeps trying to come up, but the mind tries to push it down because it feels that if this comes up, it would be too overwhelming for you as a person and you would not be able to continue in a functional way. So there is this constant tug of war between these parts who are stuck in time with a lot of pain and your mind, which does not want it to come up. If you've watched Inside Out 2, which I highly recommend, this is represented by the Vault of Secrets, where the main character Riley stores all her embarrassing things or embarrassing moments there. Like that one time she burned the hole in the rug and she did not want it to be seen by her parents. So these little secrets were these feelings when there was an overwhelming feeling of shame. Maybe you were bullied, maybe you had some criticism which really hurt you, maybe you were scolded. And as a child or a teenager, the pain was too much for you to handle. So you just stored that in a part and locked it away, never to see it again. I recently uncovered a very embarrassing story from my childhood. So I remember distinctly that I went to this wrong class and disturbed it. Like I asked the teacher for something and it was the wrong class, and I remember this whole class of seniors turning towards me and laughing on my face, and like smirk laughing, which is like just a stupid kind of a laugh. And it was so embarrassing. I remember it till this date, like the exact room and the turning of the heads. And it created a part with this key message that said, I don't want you to go out and make a fool of yourself. Coming to how to go about doing this, okay, that's what you want to know, right? There are many variations of it, but I'm going to share the simplest and most accessible way that I found. So the first is to understand what's the story that's going on, or what's the recurring theme or emotion that's coming up. So for this, the first important part is to be aware of your emotional state. For the same thing, I have created a mini course called Learn to Manage Your Emotions in Under 2 Minutes. It shows you how to become aware and how to go up the spiral of emotions, or to catch yourself when you're going down the spiral. So link in the description below for that. But coming back to how to do this parts exercise, there is this thing. Once you have understood the recurring theme, emotion or story, you need to bucket it under one of the I or I am statements. Okay, so you zoom out from the story and see what's the I statement. Like, is it I am? The common ones are I am not loved, I am alone, I am safe, I do not get what I want, or something like no one listens to me, no one cares for me, I don't matter, my needs don't matter, no one listens to me, no one cares for me. Whatever that one line statement about you is, you need to figure that out, and that is the part that we're going to work with. Once you've identified the part, it's now time to talk to it. So you place 2 chairs opposite each other. On one chair is the part, the I statement, and the other chair is you, the real you, which is free from all of these stories, you know, your true self. So we are going to dialogue between this true self, you, and the part. So now you sit on the chair where you have decided the real you is sitting, and you face the chair where your part is supposed to be sitting, and ask it questions like, why are you stuck in this story? What is your purpose of being here? And if you do not get an answer, ask the part questions like, what does it need to feel safe to speak up? And once you have asked the question from the chair of the real you, you sit on the opposite chair where the part is and listen to the answer. Feel, locate or sense where it is in your body that you're feeling it. Let the emotions come up, let the sensations come up, and listen to what it has to say. Once you have heard the answer, you go back to the real you chair and keep asking it questions till you understand where it is coming from. Like, you understand how is it trying to keep you safe, like what is it trying to do. Once you get that insight about what is the story that the part is carrying, you can come to this dialogue with it where you ask about what it needs to not make so much noise, or what it needs for, say, you, this person, to live in a better way, to move forward in a functional way, right? And keep this dialogue on, keep shifting chairs and keep dialogue on till you reach a place of agreement between this part and you, where you are able to move forward and you're free from its dysfunctional patterns. You thank the part once you've reached that sense of agreement, and whatever that agreement is, it's now your job to honor it so that all parts of you can trust you. I've put the step-by-step in a free PDF guide, so you can find it in the link in the description below, so that you can easily follow along all of these instructions that I gave you and do it in your time and your pace. So I'm really excited for you to try it and find those deeper insights and become free of that pain, become free of these patterns that are not serving you, at the same time honoring those parts for doing their best to keep you safe from what they knew best. Okay, so this is how you bring that harmony and peace between all of these parts, and also make sure that you keep going forward, that you keep moving forward, and you're able to live a fulfilled, meaningful life. If you like this video, you can check out my video called Phases of Transformation, where I talked about the common themes that I found across multiple models of change, and you will see how even part psychology follows it.